Most talking stages don't fail because of incompatibility. They fail because people make one very critical mistake. And this critical mistake is so common that they don't even realize they are making that mistake. And before they realize it, they are already emotionally invested. My name is Astor, and this is Astor Psyche. This is a channel where we talk about modern dating, relationship, and human psychology, trying to make you a better person and also help you to bag a healthy and long-lasting relationship. In today's video, we'll be looking at the four biggest mistakes that people make in the talking stage. The talking stage is supposed to be a period of discovery. It's supposed to be a time after you have met someone where you have to evaluate the person, where you have to learn one or two things about the person, where you have to observe the behavior of this person. But many people treat it differently, and that is where the problem begins. That's why in this video we'll be looking at identifying these four biggest mistakes. These four mistakes that people really make during the talking stage, so that you'll be more aware and informed on how to deal with the talking stage and not do things wrongly anymore. Now, the first things or the first biggest mistake that people make in talking stage is that they move too fast emotionally. One of the biggest mistakes people make in the talking stage is becoming emotionally attached too quickly. They start imagining a future with this person. They start daydreaming. They start seeing this person as their spouse. They start seeing themselves with this person walking down the aisles on a wedding day. They start seeing this person as their spouse. They start seeing themselves with this person having children, getting old, just at this talking stage. And because of these imaginations and this daydreaming, they tend to be emotionally invested so quickly. And this emotional investment that they have actually developed will put them under emotional pressure. So they will have a high expectation from the other person because they are already emotionally invested. So they expect the person subconsciously to also be emotionally invested in them at that stage. They start requiring or expecting more from that person because they are already emotionally invested in that person. If the person says that he or she went out with someone, they start getting angry. They start trying to treat the person like a girlfriend or like a boyfriend, even without them becoming official in that relationship. Now, this is very wrong and this is very unrealistic. You are supposed to pedal down emotionally. Try to know this person. Try to see if you are compatible with this person before even getting emotional with this person. Try to enter an actual relationship first before you get emotional. This is what you should do and not make the mistake of moving too fast emotionally with this person. The second biggest mistake that people make is falling in love with potential. Many people don't fall in love with who a person is, but rather they fall in love with who a person could become. You are seeing a person, instead of you to accept the person for who the person really is at the moment, you are falling in love with the person, with who the person could become in 5 years time, who the person could become in 10 years time, and that is very wrong for a relationship. You don't ignore reality and fall in love with a potential, a future. No, you focus on what you can see, what you can observe, rather than what you have not even experienced, because you don't know what the future holds. So these are the mistakes that people make in a talking stage. Trying to fall in love with the person's potential instead of seeing the person for who they really are. The third biggest mistake is that people ignore red flags. A lot of people tend to leave those things that they leave their standards. They let their guards down. They tend to drop their boundaries in the talking stage, ignoring red flags. A talking stage is a place of discovery, it's a place of evaluation of character. Trying to know who a person is and know if the person is compatible with you. It's a place to evaluate red flags and green flags, to know if it's something you can manage or stay with on a long run. But no, Because of you're already emotionally invested, your eyes are being blindfolded from seeing those red flags, which is very, very wrong. And that is one of the very big mistakes that people make in talking stages. Because at the end of the day, you will say this is not the person I fell in love with. Whereas the red flags were always there, staring at you in the face, but you ignored it. So instead of you getting emotional, you are supposed to be very, very logical, assessing behaviors, assessing characters, evaluating values and principles, knowing the goals of this person, knowing if you guys are compatible. That's what you should be doing. And know if you can tolerate those red flags or not. If it's something you can manage, that's what you should be doing. The fourth biggest mistake that people make in talking stage is that they seek commitment before compatibility. A lot of people tend to ask themselves, do they want me? Instead of, are we compatible? You build compatibility first before commitment, not the other way around. You are supposed to confirm or ascertain if you share the same values, the same goals, the same visions with a person before you talk of commitment, before you go into a relationship with that person. Those are the things you're supposed to watch out for. Compatibility before commitment, not commitment before compatibility. And so, the purpose of the talking stage is not for emotional investment, but rather it is for observation, for learning, and for evaluation. The healthiest relationships are built by people who take the time to understand each other at that talking stage. Not people that tend to fall in love with potential, not people that get too emotional so quickly, not people that ignore red flags, not people that focus on commitment before compatibility, but rather the healthiest relationships are built by people who take the time to understand each other before becoming deeply attached. Compatibility first before commitment. So I want to leave you guys with this food for thought. Will you build your relationship on a very strong talking stage, which is a very strong foundation, with pure open communication, or you build it on fantasies, on potential, on emotions? Think about that. And so we have come to the end of today's video. Kindly like, share, and subscribe if content like this are the content that interests you. And also share to your loved ones that you feel might need such information. My name is Astor, and this is Astor Psyche. Till we meet again, or to release another video, bye for now.